Hello and welcome back to day 12 of the Natsu Basho. Well, here's the man who's looking good. It's Kaio. He's powering through, one of three leaders, along with Akebono and Takanohana, both grand champions, of course. But something different about Kaio there. He's looking confident, his face looks clear, and he's looking very powerful. So let's get to the action on day 12, pick up our first bout, which is between Takanowaka and Aogiyama. Aogiyama, the lowest win rate in the Makuuchi division. Sat out the last basho. One before that only had 4 wins due to injuries. But the top win rates are around the 7 out of 10 mark, and Aogiyama would be around the 5 out of 10 mark. So there, Aogiyama winning against Takanowaka. That gives him his 7th win. He's doing all right so far. Just one short of Kachikoshi. And that was the 6th loss for Takanowaka. Now, Toki in the orange Mawashi fighting Akinoshima here in the black Mawashi. Toki comes from a sumo family. His father was a Jonidan wrestler. That's only the 2nd division up, so not so strong, but obviously he impressed his son, inspired his son to get into sumo. So Toki here in the top division, but losing against veteran Akinoshima. Toki came into pro sumo in Makuuchi sumo in '98, and Akinoshima was there 10 years before that. Now, Hayateumi against Chiyotenzan. Well, these two have never fought before. In fact, there's quite a few bouts this last couple of days where they've never fought each other before. So Hayateumi there trying a big jump up in the air, and that was a spectacular throw. So he jumps up at the beginning, a bit like M9e and Kyokushuzan do sometimes. Didn't go that high, and then very quickly followed up with the arm around Chiyotenzan's waist and flattened him down. So let's watch this one again. It was a good one. There's the jump. Well, not such a jump really. Jumps to the side, then he gets the arm in, and then look at that, Chiyotenzan chest scrapes the rough surface of the dohyo. Now Tamakasuga from the Kato Nami stable fights Tokitsuumi here from the Tokitsukaze stable. So Tokitsuumi's strong when he gets his arm on the inside and on the belt, but he hasn't got it yet. He's got the overarm grip there with his left, but what's his right arm doing? Yeah, I think he's got it in there. Now he's strong, although he's got his head locked off. Tamakasuga's got that head locked in under. Well, that's an unusual one. Occasionally see that. It would seem that once you've got your head underneath there that you're in a very disadvantageous position, but I've seen some wrestlers who get stuck under there, who hang on. It can be quite difficult to dislodge them in that position. So Tamakasuga winning, 7th win and 7th loss for Tokitsuumi. Kyokushuzan, he's got 7 losses. Sorry, he's got 9 losses, already got Makikoshi. Wakanoyama here has got 7 losses. If he gets a loss, that will be Makikoshi for him as well. So a bit of running around the ring, a few desperate measures there, grabbing at each other's arms. Wakanoyama trying the overarm throw there. There you see, good shot of that overarm position. Kyokushuzan trying a bit of judo there. Kosoragake. Although, strictly speaking, judo came later than sumo, so probably sumo takes precedence, really, when it comes to naming of throws. So Kyokushuzan winning there with susoharai, which means susoharai, sweep, foot sweep. More of a hook, really. Now, Asanowaka. His original sumo name was Waka Arashi, that's young Storm, here fighting Hamanoshima on the left with a purple mawashi. Very careful start by Hamanoshima. I think he anticipated some changes at the start from Asanowaka, but straightforward sumo. It's a great favourite in Japan is Asanowaka, lively, bouncy character. And as you can see the crowd there giving him a good hand. So that's a 3rd win for Asanowaka. Not doing too well this performance. Now Kaio. Kaio's already got 10 wins, but he's virtually fought all the strong ones so far. He's fought Dejima, Chiyotaikai, Miyabiyama, Akebono, Takanohana and Takanonami. So he's got to be the favourite for to take this basho. Of course, many an upset in sumo. His feet can skid on the slippery surface, but he's only got weaker ones from now on, and this is Oginishiki, much lighter, some 40 kilos lighter. That's about 6 stone lighter, and these two have fought 7 times, and Kaio's taken 5 of those. So Kaio not too fast off the tachi-ai, but Oginishiki looks though he gave up there. Well, I'm sure he didn't, but Kaio's certainly looking very strong these days. Kaio unusually, in one of his interviews, said that he's been working with a trainer on his weak parts of his body. And they don't often do that in sumo. They just do the traditional training, which is leg stamps and hitting the wooden pillar, and lots of sumo, of course. But he's departing a bit from that tradition, and it seems to be paying off. Now, Tosanoumi against Takatoriki. These two have fought many times. 19, and Takatoriki's won 11 of them. Takatoriki leads with a head, but Tosanoumi overwhelms him. About 20 kilos heavier, but it's that hard tachi-ai that he's famous for that it's a bit difficult for these slappers to resist a really determined tachi-ai. They just somebody as big as Tosanoumi and as fast comes out like a dump truck, and you can slap the dump truck, but it still manages to shove you out the ring. So Tosanoumi winning that one, his 7th win and 10th loss for Takatoriki. Such a contrast from his previous basho where he won it 13-2. Now Kotoryu against Tochiazuma. These two have only fought 4 times, each has won twice. Very careful start there. Kotoryu didn't put his hands down. Tochiazuma misread it. Put your hands down, says the ref. See if they'll do it this time. Very cagey start. And wrestlers. Well, that was interesting. Another skillful win there by Tochiazuma. They didn't close in on the belt, and they didn't even go for the slaps. They were just locked in, hands on shoulders, heads on shoulders. And then a quick pull down from Tochiazuma when he felt Kotoryu's balance coming too far forward was enough to drop him down to the clay surface of the dohyo. Now Chiyotaikai against newcomer Tochinohana. Now, this is going to be interesting. Tochinohana we saw take a loss against Kaio where he nearly had his arm broken. Now here he's fighting Chiyotaikai, who'll probably try and headbutt him straight out the ring. Both wrestlers with the same score, 9 wins and 2 losses apiece. And this is the first time for a new Makuuchi wrestler, a wrestler who's only just come into the Makuuchi division, to fight an Ozeki. It very rarely happens. But about 20 or more years ago this last happened. But Tochinohana, 9 wins and 2 losses, certainly on a roll. 149 kilos, he's about 10 kilos lighter than Chiyotaikai. 22 pounds, 1.5 stone or so difference. So in fact Tochinohana looks as though he led with the head there. Chiyotaikai trying to thrust into Tochinohana, loses it almost. Tochinohana coming back, Chiyotaikai marginally ahead on the thrusts, but Tochinohana drives him out, gets him on a run, and there's a last ditch attempt by Chiyotaikai to spin Tochinohana out, but it looked to me like Tochinohana got it. So that's the first time a new Makuuchi wrestler in his first basho has defeated an Ozeki since 1978. 22 years ago that last happened, and that's 10 wins and 2 losses now for this newcomer. So brilliant performance there from Tochinohana from the Kasuga stable. Let's watch this one. There was a lot of action in this bout. So dropping of heads at the end there. Not a straight head-to-head clash, but pretty close to it. Chiyotaikai not really getting into his stride with his thrust. You see his feet are hardly moving. Almost gets sidestep there. Comes in again, gets into his stride a bit more now. Misses a bit though. Almost turns Tochinohana. Few more thrusts to the throat, but then he goes backwards. He takes that fatal step backwards, and that's enough for Tochinohana to take advantage of that backwards movement and drive in. And now went Chiyotaikai with a last-ditch attempt to spin Tochinohana over first before he touched down. I've seen some good sumo today. Exciting stuff. That's Takanohana, Miyabiyama getting ready for their bout at the end. Now we have coming up next Dejima and Kaiho. Well, Dejima's 164 kilos, that's 26 stone. Kaiho's 125, it's about 19 stone, so it's quite a difference of weight between the two. Dejima will come out like a train on tracks. Kaiho will try and sidestep, no doubt. Well, there you see the train winning. So a straightforward Dayashi there, that's the forward movement of the feet that Dejima's very good at. Shuffling, very fast shuffling movement across the ring. Overwhelms Kaiho and forces him out and down with yoritaoshi. Well, we use a lot of Japanese in these programs. Could use a lot more, of course. But if any of you think we use too much Japanese, email in to Eurosport, tell us what you think. So here, Akebono against Takanonami. So these two have fought 35 times, and Akebono's won 13 of them, almost lost it there, almost got sidestepped. Well, Takanonami's not doing that well, that was his 6th loss there. Slightly shaky moments there for Akebono. We know he's vulnerable to those sidestepping movements. Puts his 2 hands to the chest of his opponent and thrusts, but if the chest is not there, his huge weight can go staggering forward. But pretty much in control there, that keeps him amongst the leaders with 11 wins and only 1 loss. It's been a while since he last won a basho, over 2 years ago. So let's watch this one again. So 2 hands as always, straight out into the throat of Takanonami. There, almost loses it there. Takanonami running around the circle and trying to move out of the direct line of Akebono's thrusts. And then, but there loses it. Good strong thrust from Akebono sends him over the edge. So that was the 6th loss, as I say, for Takanonami. And getting perilously close to Makikoshi and emotion. Right. Well, another newcomer, Miyabiyama. Certainly a clutch of these new young wrestlers coming through. Tochinohana, Miyabiyama, Takanowaka. Some exciting youngsters here. Here, Miyabiyama against Takanohana. They've fought each other, 4 head-to-heads previously. Takanohana's won all 4. Miyabiyama some 30 kilos heavier. He's no respecter of rank, but Takanohana there got the arm. And there's the touch of the masterclass. Takanohana got that overhand grip very early on. Locked onto the belt and then just weathered Miyabiyama's rough storm and then just spun him over with Watenagi. Well, that was that looked apparently easy. Takanohana looking pleased with himself there with that throw. So thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with the last 3 days of the basho. This is Sid Hall from Tokyo. Bye for now. Take care and sayonara.